If you don't understand, then I'm gonna explain some problem that you might need help with. But I think the absolute value one is probably the hardest one. But you just have to find out where they intersect here. And I found out where it intersect at 2/3. And I just figure out this is 9 and 1/3, and this is 4 and 2/3. And I figure out the height. I draw a triangle. I use 1/2 base times height. And this is my evaluation. I just too lazy to simplify. But if you did it right, then you should get the right answer.
Okay, for
Yes.
number 4, it's a trapezoid, right? It's 2 trapezoids.
Yeah, number 4, we're gonna go to that. It's right, 2 trapezoid right there.
Is there like a way that we can tell when it's a triangle or a trapezoid? Like, or do we just draw it out?
It's a trapezoid. All right, so shh. Elaine says, "Is there any way I can tell?" Well, first of all, I need to draw out this graph. X minus 5. That means move right 5, up 10. The negative sign is going to invert that absolute value down and has slope of 1 and going this way. So since cut off here, it's just going to be 2 trapezoid. The trapezoid of this height is 5. This here is 10. This here is 7. This is good to talk about trapezoid rule because later on we're going to do trapezoid rule, and that's exactly where to evaluate. Trapezoid is good because we are going to deal with something called trapezoid rule. It's going to be 5 plus 10 over 2 times 5, so it's 75 over 2. And the other side is going to be 210 over 2. So it'll be 285 over 2. 285 point, is it 142.5? Something like that? I don't know.
That's not.
75, well, 75 over 2, 210. No, 17 times 3, sorry. 17 times 3 is 51, right?
Yeah.
So 51 plus 75 is 126 over 2, so it's 63.
Yeah.
And this is another question. I got 4 over 3. Now, for me, I'm going to talk about one thing here from this step to this step. Very, very important. It's called separation of variable. I'm going to say that again. Later on, we're going to talk about it more, but right now, we're going to talk about this more. So pay attention just right now. Harvey. So there's something called separation variable. Later on, you're going to do this for all the differential equation, which is if I give you dy dx, what happens if we do dy dx 2 square root x? What happens is I can multiply both sides by dx to get to the other side. So I will take integral of dy, that's going to give you y, and integral of 2 square root x dx is going to give you some other integral. But the separation of x and dx and y and dy is going to be a very important step later. So I'm going to just show you right now. So that way you know. You multiply both sides by dx, you're going to have dx on the other side, dy on this side. And then you can integrate it. Okay, let's talk about properties. The integration between a to a of f of x dx, this one's very easy. Anybody can get this one.
0.
It's 0 because there is no area underneath, right? Because if you just from 1 to 1, there's no area. That's 0. Intuitively, that makes complete sense. The boundary are interchangeable. So this is a property. So this is a property of the integral. And they have very easy property, but very easy to confuse. So let's talk about interchangeable property. So let's say b to a f of x dx. And I don't like b to a. I say, hey, I want to change a to b. A to b of f of x dx. The only thing you need to put is a negative sign in the front. Why? You change your boundary, you put a negative sign in the front. You can change your boundary. Now, I'm going to talk about one more thing. It's not a property, but what is a preferred boundary? It's always A is the lesser number or more negative, and B is a bigger number. Because I always change from low to high. If you get used to that, it's going to help you solve a lot of problems a lot quicker and more accuracy. Because you don't want to solve a problem that's wrong. Anybody taking SAT tomorrow? Okay. All right. You can come to the afternoon. Maybe I'll help you some questions.
Mason got a 770.
It's just broken. No response. No, this is not the first time I heard it.
He just said sure.
You did?
Yeah, but it's not.
Okay, so what would be integration between 3 to 0 of x plus 2 dx? Now, again, we only know how to do it geometrically, but you see, I changed the boundary. The bottom number is bigger, right? So what we can do is we can change the boundary from 0 to 3 and do what? Put a negative sign in the front. Now, since it's x plus 2, I can graph it. I just need to find out this trapezoid, which is 2 plus 5 divided by 2 times 3, negative. So it'd be negative 21 over 2. And that's the answer.
It would be the same if you distributed negative n too, right? I don't know.
Yep, it will be the same. One more thing is, what if I have a integral like this, or I have some type of function like this? Right? I have a here, I have b here. Now, obviously, I can have a c in the middle. So this is called additive property, interval property. And if I say integration between a to b of f of x dx must equal to what?
A to C plus B to B.
Yep, a to c. Because they're just area, they can add.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
For the previous question, you're finding the area, right? How can it be negative?
Okay, that's a great question. The integral can be negative. Area is always positive, but depends on the orientations. So, so you can put, that's why it's much better just look at the area. Now, sometimes integral can be negative if your graph is below x-axis. They can be also negative because that's going to be area under the curve, but the curves are below the x-axis, so that can be negative. The second thing is that's the area is positive. It's just a boundary switch caused the negative sign in the front for that previous case. So the area is still positive. It's just because the boundary switch. And later on, when we learn fundamental theorem of calculus, you will know that order matters. It's always the f of b minus f of a. But right now, we don't know that yet. Just understand the property will help you. But we can go through a lot of practice today. Okay, by understanding this, I'm gonna give you a question. Okay. So what if today I have, I'm gonna start with a harder question, so let's see if you can get it right. So I have 13, and I have a -2 of f of x dx is equal to a number. What's the number you want to be? 11? Okay, 11. Good. And I have an integration of -2 to 5 of f of x is equal to, give me another number.
7.
7, okay. Can you find from 5 to 13?
Shit, if you scroll up a little bit to the editing property.
To which part? Why don't you get a glasses? You have glasses, right?
I think contacts.
Forrest Mason got 770. There's another person's also scored really high. Nicholas Grande. But doesn't mean people who score high has high ability. But they do often are better reader. So I have a student who scored 1600. He failed my class. But he's awesome reader. Like if you're a good reader, it helps a lot on SAT. A lot.
Is it -18?
You gotta show me the answer. Yeah, both of you guys get the donut.
Can we show you, bro? All right. No, I'll take it.
Yeah.
All right.
Ethan, Josh. Okay.
Oh. I was really confused. I was like, wait, what's happening?
So yeah, and also they also pay very expensive courses. Both Mason and Nicholas pay very, very expensive courses.
Nick's got like a 50.
Huh? Yeah, that's a $1,800 course. You know, Huntington Facebook me went in, says, "Hey, do you want to come work for us?"
That's you.
And I say, "I respectfully
Or your
decline."
points. Like,
No, thank you.
Do a number line. What would be your points?
You know, they only pay people like $12, $15 an hour to teach kid, and then charge $80. What? What'd you answer?
Don't
Oh,
graph
good.
it. You don't have to graph.
You want a donut?
Can I have a donut?
Why is it that, like, why did you hesitate with me?
Because I don't know, would it be nice to you or be mean to you?
This is just discouragement. for
It's
being-
Fable. It's
Well,
Fable.
no, this is a discouragement for me being a nice person. Because either I can be mean and have fun, or I can be nice and get no benefits. Wait,
I'm
that's-
both. Do you see that I'm both? I'm nice and mean at the same time.
Yeah. I think that was-
But I'm usually honest.
That's how I hide me being mean too. Is I just say that I'm being honest. Wait, Ethan, do you have any
Does anybody ever get hurt by what I say before in the past?
We need to disrespect.
Mr. I've never been hurt by anything you've ever said to me.
Oh, thank you.
I don't actually think you've said anything really terrible to me though.
No, not yet. All right, so for the question like this, just rearrange them. And I see this one is a cover more ground. Why cover more ground? It has a wider range of intervals, right? So what I would do is I would change that to that just say if is equal to -2 to 13 of f of x dx is equal to from -2 to 5 of f of x and plus from 5 to 13 of f of x dx. So if I write it out, this one is change your boundary, so that's -11 is equal to 7 plus integration 5 to 13 f of x dx, and that's going to give you -18 is equal to 5 to 13 f of x dx, and that's how I come up with that 18, because this one is changing the sign because the boundaries switch. What time we get off here?
We get out of here in 22 minutes.
Okay. I'll give you a question that's even harder. I have one more donut left,
I'm glad I did it, but I'm really.
but I'm excluding all the people who already got a donut.
Oh.
All right, so this question is a little bit harder. So let's just say if I have -5 to 17 of f of x is equal to, that says, I don't know, 10. And from 10 to -5 of f of x is equal to 7. And what is integration from 17 to 10 of f of x plus 2 dx?
Is there no GX for the other ones?
What?
Is there no GX for the other two?
Yeah, there is dx. I just forgot.
Keep that brush. No, I wasn't saying you did anything wrong. You caught me.
He caught me.
It did not sound like your voice. I don't know why, but you think you caught me. That did not sound like you.
Oh. You good? Hold on a second. Let me see. 2 people got the same answer. No. Oh, sorry. very tired. No. No. It's f of x plus 2 dx. What? No.
I don't know what I did. It's not negative 3.
Negative 3 is wrong.
Oh,
No.
The things there?
Very close.
Okay. Maybe. Maybe I did. Maybe I did.
No.
No. Wait, hold on.
No.
Wait, how close am I, bar?
Yeah.
That's the wrong number.
It's a number, it's not a variable.
Can't get the last.
I was thinking about
Ethan, why would you think so selfishly like that?
Maybe for
Wait. Oh, wait.
All right. I'll take the last one.
So move with your it went height. Yeah.
Nope. The answer is negative 31. Okay, so if I write it out, negative 5 to 17 f of x, that's correct order, is equal to from negative 5 to 10. But that's the wrong order, but we can change that sign pretty easily. There's dx on all of them. And then from 10 to 17 of f of x, that seems like what we're looking for because they have 17 to 10. So therefore, this is 10. Does that make sense? And this is a negative 7 because the orientation's off. And a plus integration from 10 to 17. So that means from 10 to 17 is equal to 17. Now, that's not what we're asking though, do we? We asked from 17 to 10. So that is 17 to 10 of f of x is equal to negative 17. So we know this one can break to two parts. So 17 to 10 of f of x dx plus 17 to 10 of 2. So that's equal to negative 17. Well, this one's order is wrong. So it's going to be minus integration from 10 to 17 of 2. So it'll be negative 17 times 14. So negative 31.
What is that? Oh, it's that old.
So I just want to I break up to two separate integrals, f of x and 2. And from 17 to 2, that's going to give you a negative value. So this is the answer I got. Does that make sense? It's kind of tricky. Only one person got it. Very nice, by the way. Take 2 try. Should have picked 1 try. But you find a mistake, which is really hard to find your own mistake. All right, so we're going to talk about next thing.
I saw someone post that, and I was like, what in the world is going on there?
What?
I saw someone post that in the group chat, and I was like, what is going on?
Oh.
Just range from negative 5. 17.
Of course, what?
Why do you have the stickers up there? Where, when, and why did you get the stickers?
Oh, it's the elephant and the monkey.
Yeah.
That's nothing to do with me.
Those were just there when you got through.
Okay, so if I were you, I would take a picture of this thing because it's kind of hard to draw. And all the curve there is a quarter circle curve. I can do a very good job of quarter circle curve, but just imagine that quarter circle curve. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna start by asking questions. What will be integral? This is f of x. What will be integral of f of x dx? Now I don't want you to shout the answer. I will call on you because sometimes you shout, other people refuse to think. So it'll be -2 to nope, actually, yep, -2 to 0. So I want you to think about what would it be. Don't shout your answer. I'll call on you. Just raise your hand. I'll call on you. I know you know it. I need other people to know it. I need to call the people that never talk to me. For example, Ding never talk to me. Catherine doesn't talk to me. Okay, so let's start with from -2 to 0, f of x dx. Irby, what do you think?
What?
From -2 to 0. Nope. Remember, integral is asking area under the curve. Let's ask Corbin.
Is it the absolute value of 2x plus 1 and then all plus 2?
No, it's nothing to it. It's an evaluation.
Oh.
Taiwan?
Oh.
2. No. Min?
The absolute value of x plus 1.
No. It's not expression. Avidash? -2 is excellent.
Because it's
Negative 2 to 0.
But what does that have to do?
You're,
It's like a mystery.
So
Oh,
is the
fine.
area here?
yeah, he wasn't asking for the equation, he was asking for what the area was.
Oh.
That's what confused me the most is I didn't know.
But since it's below x-axis and it's the right orientation from left to right, but they are below x-axis, therefore the evaluation is going to be negative. Even though area is positive, area can never be negative, right? But the evaluation of integral is negative because the graph is underneath the x-axis. If we're above x-axis, then you will have positive values. Does that make sense? Okay, so what's integration from -4? Actually, -2 to -4. Worked 16 hours yesterday. I know you know, Ethan. Ethan can figure out really quickly. Tony, what do you think? Ooh. -1 is good. Why is the -1 good? Because is the correct orientation is -4 to -2, and you should put negative there. Now, since they're above x-axis, this is triangle area, so it's 1/2 base times height, so that's equal to -1. Is that okay? Okay, can you tell me what's integration from 4 to 7? This one's really tricky. 4 to 7 is roughly right here.
That's him.
I need a recliner here. All right, fine, Ethan.
-1.
Do you guys know how you get -1? It's from here to here, right? Look at this part and this part, they offset each other. One's a positive region, one's negative region. They cancel out each other. So they cancel out each other just only in this part. That makes sense? So, and that below x-axis is -1. Oops. That's equal to -1. Okay, so let's look at the other one.
So, you didn't say anything. When you did it. No, she didn't.
So from 1 to 3.
No, she didn't.
The curves are supposed to be circles or like.
Quarter circles.
Okay.
I know you know.
I think I know.
I'm pretty sure you got it right.
Okay.
What? 4? 4 is not right.
What's the question?
Integration from 1 to 3.
Is it wait, isn't it just pi?
Nope. Casson, what do you think?
Oh.
Nope. Too late.
Wait, did you say no to just picking me?
Yeah. Alan? What?
This is the if you did area under it, you would have instead of continuous or dig down.
Uh-huh. So what's your best guess? What? You're gonna have to speak up because I cannot hear you. When people get old, they're hearing. You're talking among you, so I cannot hear you. I have pretty good hearing, but I cannot hear what Madeline was saying. It's okay to be wrong. You are so afraid of being wrong. Who cares? We are gonna laugh at you. Ha 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 ha. Well, you do have one part right. So, ding. 5 pi over 4? No.
No,
9 pi over 4? No.
Wait, is it 0 to 3 or 1?
1 to 2. Jack? 2 plus pi is good. 1, 3. Look, 1, 2. This is a quarter circle, so the pi r squared to the 4th. So it'd be 2 times 2 is 4. 4 over 4 is pi. So this one is gonna be that. Okay, let's give you a super hard one. Should I give you a super hard one?
The thing under the curve.
From -4 to -6.
Where?
That's the very back area, right?
Oh no.
Yeah, it's the very back. Sorry.
Fancy.
Negative 6.
Yes. You're on the right track.
Wait, can you zoom in a little bit?
No, you're on the right track. You're on the right thinking.
Wait, hold on.
How can you prove it?
Corbin?
6 minus pi?
Because it's like,
That's what that's what Aiden said, right?
Oh, wait, Aiden said 6 minus 5?
Yeah. No, that's not right.
Okay.
Wait. Oh, wait.
Oh.
Hold on.
Oh. Take a nap again.
That's another quarter circle, right?
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Simon, what are you checking?
Can't see.
Like that.
I know Ethan know the answer. I don't want to call him. Avadesh?
Oh, -6 plus 5.
Yeah.
Okay, so the thing is about it is you always have to check the boundary. So I don't like the boundary. So it's -6 to -4 of f of x. That's negative. Now, what we'll do is this part is this, right? But the problem is there is no quarter circle curve. But if you look at this as a whole, which is 6, but 6 minus pi is going to give you this area. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So it'll be -6 minus pi. So if you distribute, it's pi minus 6. Got it? We're good. Okay, absolute value of f of x.
It's 5. Because remember, on there, it's because pi r squared, the radius is 2, so it's 4 pi.
-6 to 0 from absolute value f of x dx.
8 by 4. Does that make sense? Okay.
Ooh.
Oh.
Oh.
Sorry.
1. Wait, hold on.
Ethan, I'm not calling you. I know you know. I want to call
Getting
somebody
more
else. I
annoyed
don't know.
every time I raise my hand.
I haven't called Vincent yet. I gotta call Vincent. I cannot left the white kid out alone there.
Hey, Kelly.
I hate a lot of people.
Not my intention.
Yeah, it was cool.
I mean, I'm glad to see you're trying for it. And you're
I'm
not
calling
only
Benson.
trying, like, you're actually doing it. You know, yeah.
I know the people at AA feel like that.
Yeah.
About the pi, or about the circle. Okay. So this is the equation for the entire circle. But since we're only taking a quarter of the circle,
It's 9 minus pi.
so it's
9 minus pi.
so it's gonna be
Why didn't you say something? No balls.
plug in 2s.
No balls? That's crazy.
I was streaming too.
I was gonna say 7,
Hi, Isabel.
but I forgot about the reverse.